Namaskaram. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I'm going to sing a song on Guruvayurappan. Before, one small sloka will be there. After that, the song is written by Lalita Dashar in Hamsanandi. Trikkal rendum pinachat tirumukha kamalam dekshine chachuvechum Trakkaiyil Kanchanoda Kudalumadar Pidichudi Mandam Hasichum Takkatil Pilichudi Karimukil Vadivam Poondanirkum Mukuntan Nalkarunyena Nityam Mama Hridi കളിയാടിടുവാൻ മമ ഹൃദി കളിയാടിടുവാൻ മമ ഹൃദി കളിയാടിടുവാൻ കൈതൊഴും നേൻ കൈതൊഴും നേൻ പാവന ഗുരു Pavanapura Dishamashraye Pavana Guru Pavanapura Dishamashraye Guru Pavanapura Dishamashraye Jivanam Dharashankasham Krishnam Golokesham Bhavidanaradagirisham Tribhuvanavanaavesham Bhavidanaradagirisham Tribhuvanavanaavesham Pavana Guru Pavana Pura
No ma. Ashraye is enough. Don't put the ma in there. Ashraye.
Ashraye.
No ma.
Ashraye. Pujita Vidhi Purandaram Rajita Muralidharam Vrajalalanandakaram Ajitamudaram Krishna Smarashati Subhagakaram Niravadi Karunapuram Smarashati Subhagakaram Niravadi Karunapuram Radhavadana Chakoram Lalita Sodaram Param Radhavadana Chakoram Lalita Sodaram Param Pavana Guru Pavana Pura Dishamashaye
Good. Show the line again. What is the first line?
This is Lalita Das.
No, I want to see the first line. What's the lyric?
Pavana Guru Pavanapura Disham Ashraye.
Oh, Pavanapura Dhisham Ashray. Okay.
Pavanapura Disham.
Okay. It wasn't clear when you were singing. That's why I was wondering what words they are. Good.
Good.
Sanskrit. If you follow Sanskrit, you can enjoy the lyric as it goes. Very nice.
2 minutes.
Okay.
This is on
Sanskrit? Tamil. See, people don't follow languages, right? Okay, enjoy it. Think. No problem. Go ahead. Today is Friday.
This is on Madurai Meenakshi, Rag Amrita Varshini. Yenai ni maravade Angayar Kanni Yenai ni maravade உனை மறந்தோர்க்கெல்லாம் உலகினில் வாழ்வுண்டோ உனை மறந்தோர்க்கெல்லாம் உலகினில் வாழ்வுண்டோ உன் போல் ஒரு தெய்வம் ஒரு துணை வேறுண்டோ என்னை நீ மறவாதே அங்கையர்கண்ணி என்னை நீ மறவாதே. நாட்டினிலே மக்கள் வாழ்வு சிறந்திட நலங்கள் எல்லாம் வந்து அருள்பவளே. நாட்டினிலே மக்கள் வாழ்வு சிறந்திட நலங்கள் எல்லாம் தந்து அருள்பவளே. பாட்டினிலே தமிழ் பாட்டினிலே பாட்டினிலே இசை ஊட்டி என கழித்த பைந்தமிழ் செல்வியே பாண்டியன் மகளே. பைந்தமிழ் செல்வியே பாண்டியன் மகளே என்னை நீ மறவாதே அங்கையர்கண்ணி என்னை நீ மறவாதே.
You are telling you don't forget me or I shouldn't forget you? You don't forget me, you are telling her, right? First line means that, right? You don't forget me. See, this is our problem. We think she forgets us. She won't forget us. We only forget her. But that's the Bhakta's bhavana, you know. Very nice.
Yeah, this is a famous, very old song written by one Imam Dandanath Desikar.
Nice. Thank you.
Namaskar.
Now, Bhakta's bhavana is this, you know. You don't forget me. Does anyone survive you if you forget, if they forget you? That's the opposite, right there?
Yeah. No, I always remember you, so you remember me.
We all like to do business with Ishvara a little. Okay. Let's see now. I'll need to understand your question. I'll give you a mic now, okay? So I'll read the question first. Is there a difference between knowledge and wisdom? And does having self-knowledge automatically mean living, embodying the truth? Or are these two steps? Can you help me understand? What do you mean by knowledge? What do you mean by wisdom?
Yeah, can it be the case that someone obtains self-knowledge or has self-knowledge, but still has some habitual residues which still need to be worked out? Or does it come as a package? Once you get self-knowledge, this means you are sorted out and you just embody the truth.
So wisdom, you mean same thing?
I wonder if Vedanta makes this distinction at all.
See, you will see both kinds of statements. If I say after self-knowledge you need to watch out, it means it is self-knowledge but there is not abidance in it. And to abide in it, you need to be alert. The other way of saying it is unless you are abiding in it, you don't have self-knowledge. So if you go the first way, then there is something, there still needs some practice to keep that knowledge, bring it back to yourself. When self-forgetfulness comes, habit comes up, bring it back. Habit comes, bring it back. This is what is norm. Another way of saying is this, that unless you are seeing yourself all the time, we don't call it self-knowledge. Only when you are abiding, that is self-knowledge. Then there is no further business. Both kind of statements are seen in the Shastra. You have to see in what way it is being said. Both are there. But essentially the idea is this. Once it is clear, first step is, do we understand? What does the Shastra say? Once that is clear, is my understanding agreeable to it? Or am I saying, Shastra says, but I can't be the whole? Then there is a doubt. That doubt has to be removed. That is the second step. It is called mananam. If these two steps are done, now what happens? I know what Shastra says and I don't have any doubt to ask, but I don't feel like that. This is a very common problem. I don't feel like that means what? I told you, cognitive means not a question of feeling. But we somehow want to feel. Because somehow in our mind, it is going to make my experience different. This feeling will take you for a good trip. So we have to understand clearly it's not a feeling. Do I see clearly? And can my behavior be in keeping with my understanding? Look, even right now, without any self-knowledge, we know that going after things strengthens the desire to go after things. We know it is not useful to us. We know we don't want to go there. But are we able to keep away from them? Or the mind still drags you that way sometimes, and sometimes you end up. And once you break your own sankalpa, it's not uncommon that you'll break it several times. Because once broken, you keep going down. Then again it will take a while to come back up. If this is true for any knowledge, it can also be true with this. I mean, I understand, but my likes and dislikes haven't fully gone away totally. Therefore, they kind of pull me. So we do need alertness there. Because now knowledge has done its job. You have enough space to understand what it's saying cognitively. But the old habits haven't gone away. And the mind is still driven by its old tendencies. That will require work. Either I have full adhikaritvam up front, or after jnanam I have to work for it. Otherwise I will not get the benefit of this freedom. Because I still feel pulled. I can say mithya, but only when I am alert. Otherwise I just go away with the old tendency. So therefore sometimes this question is raised. Hey, this fellow is still going after what knowledge he has. Then we will say he doesn't have knowledge. If he has knowledge, he won't go. At least at that point, the knowledge was not available to the person. Assumption is that you have finished with karma and you have gained what you need to gain. But it's not really such a nice sequential process. It's not that, okay, stage 1, done. Now stage 2. We don't know which stage we are in. What stage are we in when we come here? God knows. We don't know. So you come and you attempt to understand. And if you understand, you have enough space to understand. But understand can mean, as I told you, yeah, I understand what Shastra says. That is not understanding. That is, you know what Shastra is saying and you want to make that your vision. So there is confusion sometimes whether I know or not. But I'm saying, even if one understands, there could be a grey zone wherein that's called nididhyasanam. And sadhana panchakam will say what? You prarabdham iha bhujyatam, or Manisha Panchakam, it says, you basically spend your life now with this. What else you have to do? Spend your life with this. So you're alert. And if you move away, you bring back. Until you don't need to make an effort. It's exactly like when you learn driving. You learn driving. Are you comfortable driving? Yes, I am. But do you still have to hold the steering and watch the things carefully for some time? After a while, it's like you just do it. One hand on steering and one hand with the phone, and then listening to something else on Bluetooth. You do all this, right? How? What's the difference? That comfort zone, it's becomes spontaneous. It's no longer a deliberate effort of some kind. So that effort is only to not lose sight. It's already mine, but old habit takes me away. So there will be, generally we all need a decent amount of time after understanding even to make that stay. And if I have not done enough homework earlier, I have to work on my own mind. Because it's not lean yet. It is still a little overloaded. You have to slim it down. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
Please explain once again the meaning of akhanda vritti. Akhanda, unbroken, and vritti, thought, manovritti. Are they not contradictory? How do you understand akhanda vritti of Mahavakya? The word is not akhanda vritti, it is akhanda akara vritti. This vritti is always a problem. Problem means people, see, because it says akhanda akara vritti will free you. Therefore, what do you want? I want akhanda akara vritti. This is what you want. What it means is this: whatever thought helps you clearly understand what there is one undivided whole. There is no second thing. That thought is called akhanda akara vritti. What will produce it? To see that everything is myself. You can say sarvam khalu idam brahma. Tad brahma aham asmi. Or you can say aham atma brahma. Or you can say tattvamasi. All Mahavakyas are doing the same job. Therefore, understanding whatever produces, not the sentence, in your mind, that vritti which produces the equation is called Mahavakya. Akhandakara. Okay. So then Swamiji would say, don't set yourself up now. I have to get that vritti. Now you're waiting for that vritti. Anything you wait on will become a problem. You listen, Shastra, let it happen. Without the eagerness, Mahavakya. So you become tense as soon as Akhandakara vritti is at account. That's not needed. Okay. Alright. Swamiji was wondering how to incorporate this new vision of this one reality into the world that we live in right now. Being in the corporate world, for example, requires us to be sharp, manipulative, and selfish, among other things. Things to which I don't want to be identified anymore. Indeed, the actor is not the beggar. But since my 1 year of Vedanta, I can see I have already started changing. This change is felt by my colleagues and also impacts the work that I am doing. How can you advise us on this? Leave the only one reality out of corporate world, okay? That doesn't fit there. But even to live a life of values can be challenging. So we have to understand what is it that's important to us. It's really a question of my own life priorities that first drives it. If my job, my position, whatever the income it brings, if that is very critical to me, then, and if that there's a pressure to grow in terms of the job, in terms of, or be able to shift to a better job, you need all these things in place. Then what happens? Then you will compromise somewhere. Likelihood you will compromise. The more clear you are about what you want, so you are very clear, the easier it is to follow the values. Don't worry about Atma is everything, vision of one. That there is no application for it, okay? You don't have to apply it anywhere because you are the truth and you are free. There is nothing to apply. But while in the process, we do want to have a life free of conflicts. Which means I learn amanitvam, I learn satyam, honesty. Manipulation, deceit is against. Our job is straightforwardness. Manipulation is what? Not straightforward. These we don't want to do. We avoid doing it. Why? Because we know there's a price to pay. Not in terms of drishtaphala perhaps immediately in terms of the job, but there's a price to pay. What is the price of me not manipulating? Retaining my values. There will be a price for it. What might be the price? The price maybe you will not get a better job. Price maybe you will get less money. Price maybe that your manager says, look for another job. You never know what the price will be. But as you grow more, you will see the cost of not complying. When you grow sensitive, you start seeing minor things which never attract your attention suddenly now become important. Earlier, lying was probably very easy. Now when you lie, it haunts you. So you don't want to lie. And that is right. Don't become insensitive. Difficult part I have seen is, for myself, anything is okay. But when you are a manager, then there are others who you manage, and those people are not happy with your values. They want things their way. They want to grow. They want to become, they want to grow in the organization. So while I don't want to take up more work than necessary, because I feel everybody should have some time for themselves, the corporate culture is contribute more, you do better. So what do people do? Everybody fights. I want this project. I want to do more. I'm going to complete quickly. And now you say, I don't want. Your juniors want it. And your seniors also want it. You become sandwiched. You really become sandwiched. Because this way also you have pressure. And on the lower side, you feel you owe it to them. Because your duty is to take care of their career. Not based on how you want it. And the other side, your manager had kept you because his team should do well. Therefore, you feel you owe it to him too. It's a hard balance. It is a hard balance. And you have to make your choices. There is no one answer. So, personally, I found it's much easier if I can be an individual contributor. If there's a role for individual contribution, you give up this managerial cadre and you shift into individual. Now you are your boss. Much easier. But when you're in this group situation, you have to see what you can do. And if there's a culture where everybody respects time away from work, it helps greatly. Like, see, in Australia, I'm not talking now, I'm talking, long ago, 25, 30 years ago, but the culture was they take their weekend seriously. They have to hit out and see the ocean and, in a big city like Sydney, people they don't like people who come to work on weekends. They didn't like people who opened stores on weekends. They would say all these slant eyes and curry munchers open stores, on weekends, and they mess up our life. Because they believe in life. Asians come and they start messing up the environment. In that culture, if I don't overload the staff, it's perfect. But in a culture in India, it's much more harder because there are so many people looking for a job. Hey, if not you, your brother will come. You're not a big deal, okay? Unless you become valuable, you can't call your shots, right? But you have to see what kind of culture is there. And if it's totally a mess, then you might want to see if you can find a better place. But you can't keep finding better places. So another thing I feel sometimes is this. It is better to work in a pressure cooker for 2 years, get the money out of it, okay? Don't have to work for 55 years. Get what you can and get out. Why should you struggle? Now I'm done. I'm never going to look at it again. But when I worked hard enough. And try to be in a role where you are honest. And generally, if you have this attitude, values we have, honesty, no backbiting, taking care of people, caring for them, you will find that even though your managers may not like your values, they will grudgingly respect you for that. People they can't touch you because work-wise you're clean and you don't do any harm to anybody. They will find it extremely difficult to replace you. I at times would openly say, replace me if you can. It doesn't matter to me. Replace me. I'm leaving. I will leave anytime. You find a better guy, replace. This is what I can do. Because you can't work more than 12 hours a day. How much more do you want? No, for 2 months you can do. I can't do. And there's also double standards sometimes, So Jews, for example, on Sabbath, they are allowed to take off. Nobody comes on Saturday. They'll just take off. Once they're gone, they're gone. Friday afternoon they leave early because they don't take trains. Orthodox people, they don't take a train after a while. So what do? You have a Jew working for you, Jewish person. It's his religious belief that he will not touch the phone or take a call on Saturday. I said, I have my religious beliefs too. I don't touch the phone on Sunday. Do what you want. Deal with it. What can they do to you? They can say, quit. Okay. I'm ready. See, once you're ready with all options, you are much more free. You don't give me a raise? Good, keep it yourself. Done. See, they have carrots, they have sticks. If you don't bite the carrots and don't fear the sticks, you're free. That's the right way to deal with this problem because there is no other way. And finally, you will have to draw your own balance. What to do? Because your sense of responsibility to your subordinates and to your superiors will make you feel that I can't just do what I want. You have to give in sometimes. That value you have to say. Within the system, try to keep the values intact. Understand, my value primarily is to grow out of my compulsions, my irritations, my annoyances, my feeling up and down. Samatvam I want. It's not easy to keep that in view and work. Because when you go to work, somehow this role play becomes so, you just become the role. There were days you go, you come out, and at the end of the day you remember, oh, I just didn't even think of anything else. I was just in that role totally. So it's not easy to have very, very, competitive career at the same time keep this view. It's very challenging. But at the same time, if you say, I don't want this, I'll take something less. Typically, a good corporation doesn't take you for something less. They'll say, we want 125% of your time. You can try to negotiate, I want to 50%. They won't give you that option. I don't know if times have changed now with work from home, etc. But that's all. Pray. That option you always have. Pray for situations. Because you don't know. Sometimes we find you're in the midst of a corporation, you are with people who have a respect and a value for what you want to do. They will they'll make room for you. And never say some things in public. This is one thing we have to learn. Because, see, whatever I told you, I could say I don't care, etc. But if I said in a meeting, then the manager has a big ego problem. And he'll make sure he will beat you. But if you quietly, many times it's as simple as this. They say you keep a pager, a beeper, At that time it's beepers. And whenever there's something, it'll beep you. I said I won't take beeper. It became a big issue. Then I said, no, it's fine, I'll take it. I removed the batteries, left it in the office. Nobody asked you after that. Nobody asked you after that. You shouldn't stick out. What sticks out gets beaten. You're not lying. Make sure your job is done. Then nobody can bother you. But I'm saying, if you stick out and try to fight for something or enforce dharma in the office, you might be in trouble. Do what you can, but without sticking out. What sticks out gets the stick. You have to balance. Okay? But it is hard. But if you can do it there, you'll do very well. Okay. Most Indian Deva Rupas seem out of this world. This is an object of deep derision in the Abrahamic religions, and so also within their secularized forms, where most of us get educated today. However, this seems to be purposefully done. If they are not of this world, then they are in the Purana Itihasas, are admittedly outside its rules, Karturagya, and its limitations, and hence unfalsifiable from the ever-growing scientific historic knowledge. Okay? This would firmly put them in the same domain as the Veda. Puranaha, Suhrit Samhitaha iva? Suhrit Samhita? I don't know what that is.
I think it's Suhrit Samhita, Kavya, Kanta, something.
I don't know that word, but what does it mean?
I think when they teach you Kavya, they tell you that Puranas, Vedas are like Prabhu Agnya, and then Puranas are like a friend telling you Upadesha.
Okay, that way.
Then,
fine, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Yeah. Now, what we say, so I'll come to that. Let me finish the question reading. Is this understanding correct? This not of this world category would be within asat. I wouldn't put it there. Is this the same as paraloka we hear about? It also appears that the very conception of the individual self, ahankara, would be in the exact same category as this. I didn't catch the last part of your question. Can you explain it to me?
I think
So, first question let me take. You're saying that these devatas are out of world forms. So, we don't consider them our creations. Purana, Itihasa, Purana, Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa, all those can be Pramana so far as they don't go against Shruti. Shruti alone is Pramana. Everything else is okay insofar as aligned with Shruti. Now let us say you find a 16-armed Devi. Outlandish. Correct? So this outlandish form, we shouldn't say it's human creation. There's Purana stories. You will have the whole, Devi Mahatmya which will describe a lot of these forms. Now you can't prove it and nobody can disprove it. So we can say it is belief, Shraddha. You can't prove it. They can't disprove it. We can leave it at Shraddha. That way, if you mean that is it also apaurishaya pramanam, we can take it that way. Means it's not within the realm of science because it's not available for a perception here. That much we can say. Alright, but it's only a matter of Shraddha, it can never be proven. Now, suppose you decided, like say right now we have Puja Swamiji's bronze here. This is not in any Purana. But this is cleanly allowed by us because I can take, when I take a lump of turmeric and I can make it Ishvara, why can't I take anything? And it's we worship live children, live women, live men. We worship people as Devata. So with the vision, anything can be Bhagwan for us. But you are saying, what about these forms? Now, if you go to this Tamil Nadu, you will find all these Grama Devatas. There will be one huge statues. Almost in every other village you will find. So, Ayyanar, is it? But is that Purana related? I don't know. I think Grama Devata, each Grama has its own flavor probably. Folklores. So I'm saying, folklore means again Purana, kind of. Not Purana, a little beyond that, what's been coming on down the tradition. So for us, it's all okay. But what's the question there? That should we consider it's okay, or we should say it's asat means mithya? What do you mean by asat?
I think I was so I don't have like a valuation for these terms.
Where are you going with this question?
Right.
What are you trying to understand?
Right. So I think maybe some historical background. So these kinds of things were also part of Greek culture, like Greek culture, like Greek mythologies. There were bards and so on telling these fascinating tales with like out of gods which can't be of this world, and
Apollo and whatever.
Yeah. And,
Zeus and everything, right?
And there was this tradition was separated from the philosophical tradition, say for like Plato and so on. And the philosophers didn't actually like these bardish tales. And this was taken up by Christianity and eventually by Islam. And this became the historical obsession, like with what factually existed and so on. So I was going in that direction. And about asat, I think I was. I don't know if it's asat or if it's mithya, but why I said asat in the question was because Vandya Putra Eva.
What is asat?
Say Vishnu with like 4 hands or Krishna with 4 hands.
No, we don't see. The word asat, by the way, can mean two things.
Right.
It can mean an error. It can mean mithya. Depends on context. Contextually, we have to use that word. But you can say clearly, it's an error, like rope snake, which can be corrected, or it's tucham, which is absolutely non-existent, right? or it is a rope, which is Vyavaharika, and then Paramartha Satyam. These are the possibilities. Where do you want to place this? I would say
I
you
see.
don't place in Asat. This will purely be Shraddha.
Mm.
Don't call it Asat.
I see.
Shraddha, that form exists. Durga exists in that form. And there are people who say we prayed and we got a vision of Bhagavan in that form.
Mm.
In any form you worship, you can get a vision. Possibility exists. Because when all forms are manifested in one formless, we have no trouble. Narasimha appeared.
Right.
So what do you do with Narasimha? So we have to accept that, there is no proof to the contrary.
No. I guess my question is not that I'm questioning that they are real in the sense that there is nothing to learn from them. But I guess my question was more that these things, these forms that we don't see in the world seem to be like a major theme within the Itihasa Puranas. So I was just curious about why this is the case.
I don't know. But, in this, people try to justify these sometimes. I don't know if you read, who's the man who wrote Lord of the Thousand Faces? Anyone read that? Or Need for Myth? Campbell, Joseph Campbell. You Google Joseph Campbell. He has a book called A Need for Myth, and he'll put down a lot of these things and say why these myths are needed. They will connect it to psychology, etc. But see, these are all human mind trying to justify what. So you're saying it's human mind which created sometimes, culturally, historically, maybe.
But I think that the human creation is just maybe irrelevant. But I guess I'm just curious about why this is the way it is.
What we say sometimes is, see, this is purely speculation. Okay, there's no basis for what I'm saying, because I'm not giving a Shastra position. Like Swamiji would say, the human mind cannot conceive of a God who looks exactly like me. He looks ordinary. You want something extraordinary. You give him 2 more hands, he seems better. You can see something more than ordinary. And therefore these things appeal to us. And perhaps Ishvara did manifest in such forms so that they appeal to you. I don't know. And sometimes these hands may represent something else. But it's a way of showing that Bhagavan can do many things. Like, you've seen these pictures of Vishwarupa in some of these books. They will show 150 faces. It's not Bhagavan came like that, but somebody's conception. Some artist created it. Even take Sringeri Sharadamba. You see the picture is so beautiful. You go to Sringeri, you don't see it the same way. So it's all picturization sometimes. But one thing I'll tell you, there is a discussion in Brahma Sutras whether devatas are real or not. This discussion is there. And the verdict is, until you have proof to the contradicted, you can't say it's unreal. So whatever is said by Shastra, either you have some way to say it can't be, you have to show some fallacy, or else you accept it is so. So same, I would extend that to these also, saying I don't see it, but it must be so. It could be a way, see, Puranas in general is a larger canvas to paint the whole culture and its values, etc. So how would you show certain things? How would you show an all-powerful Ishvara? You have to have some means. So Swami would say, I don't believe Ravana had 10 heads. Really. Because you imagine now. Drawings are very nice, 10 heads. But you imagine 10 heads means what? 10 necks. He is also called Dasha Kantha, not that Dasha Mukha. 10 necks, 10 faces, 10 mouths. So Swami would say, how will he eat? And how are the 10 faces you think configured? How will he go through the door? He has to balance himself. Right? You imagine this, okay? And 10. See, if it was even odd number, it's better. 1 in the middle, 5 on either side. 10, which side is going to be imbalanced? And one neck gets a hiccup. Other neck is still okay. How do you feed the fellow? Which direction is, you don't know, is walking front or walking back? There will be too many complications. So he would say, you have to understand this as a picturization of a man in conflict. How do you show a man in conflict? One head thinks, let me kidnap Sita. Give her, one thing is, let me give her back. Two other heads, no, don't give back. Conflict. A man full of conflict. Could be. We don't know where the poetic license was taken, where it is not. So some of these epics could be a little of poetic license because they have to show a lot of things. They have to show, how do you show Hasya Rasa in Ramayana? So they show how monkeys fight. Take two Rakshasas, bang their head and put them down. You laugh over it. That becomes a Hasya Rasa, So a lot of things can happen. So we don't know where. But I'm saying these forms, we have Shraddha in them. See, Narasimha for us is an avatara. Kurma is an avatara. Varaha is an avatara. We can't just say they were cooked up. Correct. So we assume it was there, it came in that form, at least visible in that form, and we'll leave it there. Okay? Okay. Anything else? No? Good. Good. I hope you didn't give up on me. All right. Let me ask you a couple of things. So I'm thinking we'll have two retreats next year. So idea was June and December. So dates have come out, but my dates aren't there yet. So June maybe first half, and December, right now 1st to 10th maybe, I'm thinking 2nd to 9th or 9th to 19th. No, 2nd to whatever, 10 days. 2nd or 3rd or 9th to 19th. Is there any preference to people in general, I'm asking? Not that you know your next year today.
June month will be monsoon, is it not?
June, here Coimbatore monsoon is returning monsoon. This won't bother us. Won't bother you. Yes, Douglas, you're saying something?
Probably the later the better in December.
Okay. So we'll probably make it 9th to 19th in December. And the idea I have in mind is we'll do Saddarshanam. No fixed time. How many retreats it take, we'll see. So that I have more leisure. Otherwise, I feel I have to finish, Otherwise, I could spend one more week on the second part easily. But we just had to finish, so I finished it. So we will do it in June and we'll do it in December. If we need be, we'll again go to next June. But twice a year only. We will not extend it. And it will be available for those who come on the video. The link you got now, same way. That's the plan. Okay? Yeah. All right?
In June you start the same topic.
That's my plan right now. June 1st week or so. Probably June 4th to June 14th. That's the date I have in mind right now. Because basically, see, I have people who attend classes online. And I like to meet them a couple of times a year. So we all get together and we have a good time. So it's good to meet up again. And once a year seems a little sparse. Twice seems better. That's all. But I know you have to travel long distance. So you can always join in through, the online. Except you're not in person. Okay. Another thing I want to address also is this. See, some of you are beginners here. This Upadesh Saram is not a beginner's text. Okay? I have tried to make the beginning part clear as well. But it's not a beginner's text. I cannot do justice to it as a beginner's text. So if any of you are in that zone or not exposed too much to Shastra, Bhagavad Gita is a book that is really worthwhile reading. That's a book we should always read, even if you're reading other books. There is no text like Gita to know how to live life. Values, attitudes, karma yoga, all these plus jnanam. You get both in the Gita and it's very, very well done. So if you have if you are somebody who is new and want to study with those, make sure you study Gita. And if you are starting with Gita, with books of our parampara, you start with a book called Vision of the Gita by Pujya Swamiji. Then you progress to a book called Teaching of the Bhagavad Gita with 18 chapters, again by Swamiji. And after those two, if you are still happy, then you ask me what to do next. Because if you drop out by then, I have nothing more to do. And if you don't feel even Gita is comfortable, take books titled Public Talks. There are several talks by Swamiji that are called public, which means he spoke to people at large, not people who came to study Vedanta. 1 week talks. Topic will be living intelligently, success, need for cognitive change. These are all topics which talk the same topic, just the topics are more, tuned to attract your interest. Discovering love, freedom in relationship. These are all nice topics, okay? Some emphasis will change, but very, very well done. Pujya Swamiji is a phenomenal communicator and very clear about what he sees. So, if you are able to imbibe even 10% of what he has to say, you will find it will make a difference. So, would encourage you to go to the bookstore and look. These are gold. Small books, but pack a lot. Like if somebody has a problem with a troubled past, for example, a lot of past issues which bug you. There's a book called Morning Meditation and Prayer with about 10 meditations. Each of them is weighty, very heavy. But you go through them. It's not audio. It's a book. But you read them again, read them again, read them again, and do it in a meditative way. And you will see, if you are able to understand it, it will make a difference to you. These are very well done. And there's an app called Teachings of Swami Dayananda. There's an app available both on Play Store as well as, what do you call Apple? App Store, okay, App Store. So, in both it's available. Once you download it, you will find there are books available for your Kindle kind of books. And you also have audios and videos. Meditations, you have audios there. So, not too many, but there is one on Ishvara. Those meditations will be extremely helpful for you to understand Ishvara better. Because Swamiji's meditations are always sublime. They lift you up. And the teaching, it's a slow mode teaching, slow paced teaching happening in a quiet mind. It works well. So those of you who want to go look more, I'm saying these are good resources to look at. And there's one resource which is, the cultural, spiritual heritage of India. There are about 25 or so videos which are half an hour each. And they are available free when you get the app. You can play them on your mobile and watch them anytime. It will give you an idea of the culture. 52, okay, whatever. So all I'm saying is, there are a lot of resources worth looking at. Okay? Huh?
The app name.
Teachings of Swami Dayananda. That's what it's called. Okay? Any questions you have? Tomorrow I will say, I'll talk about program tomorrow. So tomorrow we will not have meditation. We will have a class at 7. Okay? 7 is good for all of you? Okay. 7 o'clock we'll have a class. End time, I won't fix it right now, but within 8:15 I expect. If we need more time, maybe I will think what to do at that time. Right now I'm not planning. I'm hoping we'll wrap up. Alright? Then you can go have breakfast, come back at 9. Alright? If you have half an hour for breakfast, good for all of you? So 9 if we come, say 9 to 9:45 we will do a puja here. So all of you can be here. So the chairs can be turned, or how you want to do it, you can look at it. Take about half an hour to 45 minutes. Then we will do our concluding, thing. The Guru Dakshina, and we'll finish. Right? So hoping that we'll finish before 11. 11 o'clock is your tea. You can go have your tea and then decide what you want to do. You're free after that. And if somebody wants to meet me just before going, you can see me in the room between 11 and 12, 12:30. So that will fit in well, I thought. Is that okay? Is it Photo, you have other photos, no? You have a lot of photos. You have a lot of photos. No? You can take, I don't mind, okay? All I'm saying is I don't have special photo session time. After the business is over, if you want, we can take pictures. That's just fine. Huh?
They take that.
Whatever. What I'm saying to you is, photo will happen. Somebody will come and they'll click a photo. It's fine with me. No special time assigned for it. That's all. Okay? Class time I will assign. Other times you decide. Huh? Don't make it light, because photo is mithya, eating is also mithya, everything is mithya, so let's not go there, but I understand what you're saying. I'll tell you how Swami Tattvajnani talks of photo. Taking a picture is an attempt to convert the present into the past so that you might dwell it on the future. If Swami Tattvajnani, you tell photo, this is what he will tell you. Photo, Vedanta, what for photo? What will you do with that? You know, the point is, we have to see, it's sometimes, we can do anything, but we should understand, is it in keeping with what we want to do? I'm not saying it's wrong to take a picture, okay? I have nothing against it. But all I'm saying is, when I said mithya, I remembered what Swamiji would say. We would have birthdays. So the question is, you celebrate aging? Or are you growing? You know, because everything we have to be alert. Vedanta means a life of alertness. If we don't have alertness, we come here and we spend time doing other things. Is it worth our while if we do that? You know, when we come here, our mind, and what happens if one person starts doing other things, they will take 4 others with them, and those 4 will take 2 others with them. This is how it tends to happen. So it's good when we come here, we have one focus. We are here to study. We better don't indulge in other. If you have other interests, there are other places to go. We don't need to be here. And if we come, we try to be there for all classes. If we can't, we say we can't be. You know, that's the right way to do it. Not judging anyone, not naming anybody, but I'm just saying that's the right way. That's the best value for all of us. Okay? So photo can be taken after we finish our program here. All right? Done?
5 minutes more. You said you will have bhajan after your homework.
Oh, you didn't forget that. Any good bhajan singers other than me? I'm not saying I'm good. We will think of one Kriti by Swamiji. Today is Friday, so we will remember Gyaneshwari a little. Devi Gyaneshwari, Devi Gyaneshwari, Palayamam, Devi Gyaneshwari, Palayamam, Palayamam, Avidya Moha Mahajaladhim, Jaladhim, Avidya Moha Mahajaladhim, Tarayamam, Tarayamam, Devi Jnaneshwari Palaya Mam Palaya Mam. What does it mean? Devi, her name, Swamiji gave the name Jnaneshwari. Why? Because we want her to give knowledge to us. That's all we care in this place. Therefore, Jnana Ganapati. There is no Jnana Ganapati. Name is given. Jnana Ganapati. Jnaneshwari. So, Jnaneshwari means we want knowledge. What are we praying for? Avidya Moha Maha Jaladhim Tarayamam. This avidya, life of becoming, is like an ocean. I don't know how to get off it. Boundless. Help me cross over it. Make me cross over it. That is Tarayamam. Palayamam, protect me. Tarayamam, make me cross it. Okay. Akhilandeshwari Devi. Akhilandeshwari Devi. Ananya Bhaktya Labhyeshwari. Akhilandeshwari Devi. Ananya Bhaktya Labhyeshwari. Narmadeshwari. Namaskaromi Tvam. Namaskaromi Tvam. Devi Jnaneshwari. Palayamam. Palayamam. Parameshwari Bhavatarini. Jagadeshwari Jagadharini. Sarveshwari Sukhadayini. Kameshwari Karunamayi. Devi Jnaneshwari. Palayamam. Palayamam. Avidya Moha Mahajaladhim. Tarayamam. Tarayamam. Devi Jnaneshwari. Palayamam. Palayamam. Okay. Let us see if I can find something interesting. Okay. You want to do Kala Bhairavashtakam? Okay. But you don't have a text, you'll have to follow me. I will try to be slower, okay? Or should I do Chandrasekhara Pahimam? Is that easier? Okay. Devaraja Sevyamana Pavanangri Pankajam Vyalayagnya Sutram Indushekharam Kripakaram Naradadi Yogi Vrinda Vanditam Digambaram काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे भानुकोटिभास्वरं भवाब्धितारकं परं नीलकण्ठमीप्सितार्थ दायकं त्रिलोचनं कालकालमम्बुजाक्षं अक्षशूलमक्षरम् काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे शूलटङ्कपाशदण्ड पाणिमादिकारणं श्यामकायमादिदेवम् अक्षरं निरामयम् भीमविक्रमं प्रभुं विचित्रताण्डवप्रियम् काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे भुक्तिमुक्तिदायकं प्रशस्तचारुविग्रहं भक्तवत्सलं स्थितं समस्तलोकविग्रहं विनिक्वणन्मनोज्ञहेम विनिक्वणन्मनोज्ञहेम किङ्किणीलसत्कटिं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे धर्मसेतुपालकं त्वधर्ममार्गनाशकं कर्मपाशमोचकं सुशर्मदायकं विभुं very beautiful dharma setu palakam means one who is protector of the bridge of dharma dharma setu palakam twadharma marga nashakam karma pasha mochakam susharmadayakam vibhum swarna varna shesha pasha शोभितांगमंडलम काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे काशिकापुरादिनाथ रत्नपादुका प्रभाभि रामपादयुग्मकं नित्यमद्वितीयम् इष्टदैवतं निरञ्जनम् मृत्युदर्पनाशनं करालदंष्ट्रमोक्षणं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे नाथ कालभैरवं भजे अट्टहासभिन्नपद्म जाण्डकोशसन्ततिम् अट्टहासभिन्न पद्मजाण्डकोशसन्ततिम् दृष्टिपातनष्टपापजालमुग्रशासनम् I'll do it. दृष्टिपातनष्ट पापजालमुग्रशासनम् अष्टसिद्धिदायकं कपालमालिकाधरं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे। भूतसङ्घनायकं विशालकीर्तिदायकं काशीवासलोक पुण्यपापशोधकं विभुं नीतिमार्गकोविदं पुरातनं जगत्पतिं काशिकापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे। कापुरादिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे। कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोहरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधनं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनम् शोकमोहदैन्यलोभ कोपतापनाशनम् ते प्रयान्ति भैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवम्. Some Pathabheda here. Good? Enough? Okay. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Lokas Samastas Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Desho Yangsho Bharahitaha Brahmanas Santu Nirbhayaha Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Thank you all. Oh, what should I do about it? WhatsApp group. Okay. There's some request for a WhatsApp